Hello everybody, welcome to the webinar for end of September. So for copper, see, this is more clear to me. You've got the monthly upthrust and the bread and butter in play. We haven't tested our F5 zone yet. We're forming this ABC up on the weekly. Now you've got the OP up there as well. And what I quite like is the way we bounced from that 406 COP this past week, or actually on Friday, and then we tried to retest against creating stock grabbers this week, and we failed. So as I mentioned, I wasn't trading copper or any market shorter time frames this week, but this is looking bullish to me. You've got stop sitting here and dynamic pressure up on the daily looking good. So I would say pullbacks on the 240 or 60 or even lower will potentially create buying opportunities in this market with the daily now up. That's how I'm going to be looking at copper this week. Looking to trade it from the long side with my monthly bread and butter. Weekly, I mean, we've completed so many moves on the weekly, I'm not even looking at this trend really. And then our daily up, so with a decent push these 2 days. So that's potentially looking bullish for copper, and I would be looking to buy support in this market. Questions on that one? Does that make sense? Looks better than gold, at least, I would say. And if copper goes up, I think it will maybe trigger gold to go up as well. They're kind of correlated. If I have to pick markets to trade this week, oil would be number 1, copper would be number 2. Then I'd be looking at interest rates. The equity indices are looking vulnerable. They might want to move down, but I'd be seeing quick moves down on sell signals. I'm just not liking trading against that monthly thrust at the moment. And yeah, that's about it, I would say. Dollar, we'll be looking for a potential double repo or not early on in the week. But the clearest markets to me at the moment is definitely first up oil and copper and 10-year notes or bond. That's the clearest markets at the moment. Stuart, do you have any questions?
No questions from me.
Okay. And yeah, that's basically it from my side, I would say.
Thanks, Peter.
Okay, well then I'll speak to you again next month.
Yeah, thanks, Peter.
Thank you,
All right,
Peter.
guys.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
The copper market completing the rally up to the F5, which we talked about last week. So now if the market continues higher, 523 to 533, the next long-term resistance. Here's your weekly. You can see the weekly coming in right into that resistance. We had the cross on the MACD predictor. So that was what catapulted the market through this resistance, and potentially going to try and test the next levels closer to the highs at 488. So looking at support, all these support levels got negated now, and the market entering a buy signal on the weekly. Looking at your daily, very, very strong move up here. We talked about this as one of the markets that we identified as a potential high probability market to look at this week, and you can just see why. So the market just short-term pullback, explosion up right into the resistance, and we got through that with our weekly traders or weekly trend kicking in, taking the market through. That's your next resistance level. Any short-term pullbacks probably going to be buying opportunities in this market for a continued move up. So keep a close eye on your near-term support and your daily levels for now, looking like this. So copper showing a good rally, and almost looking like it's starting to thrust already, and likely going to be on its way to 483 up towards this resistance zone on the weekly.